Good morning, YouTube. Hippie here. We are on day 12.
Yeah, that's what you said earlier.
Day 12 of 1401, our flip house. We had some work done over here. I think my guys were over here working on the floor. That's kind of why I'm not sure if this is 12 or 13 or 11. I'll figure all that out and I'll post it in the title. Not yet?
Now?
Alright. We're going to replace these windows. These are aluminum single glass windows, and we are putting a double pane vinyl clad window in here. The aluminum windows were installed before the brick was installed, when the building was being constructed. There's a fin on these windows that you attach the window to the framing that's behind the brick. So we're going to have to figure out a way to get this window out of there. We're going to probably bust a lot of glass. We're going to tear up a lot of metal. We don't want to tear up the brick. And on this particular window, the casing on the inside is still in place. We've got some windows around the house that there's no sheetrock, there's no casing on the inside. We may be able to remove some studs from that end and take them off, so it may be a little easier those. But on this one, we're just gonna start tearing it apart and see what we get. Do you want to take these screws out?
Yeah.
Talking to my assistant there. This is a storm window that was put on. This is a storm window that was put on. Don't know when, but it's kind of an aftermarket product. Hopefully, now this one won't matter because the glass is already busted on this one, but any of these, it might still be good. You can try to save them and put them on Craigslist. In the back of the Suburban, there's that yellow bar. I need that and probably a hammer. And all of this aluminum that we're taking off of here, I do recycle. And just tear this sucker up. Maybe it would come off in one piece. Honestly, there's nothing to save, so it really doesn't matter. They caulk this in. The screen's messed up, so it doesn't matter if we tear the screen up. There we go. Now, let's see, did I miss a screw? Guess what? I missed a screw. Imagine that. Come out easier. All right, voila. That's one. Now, we don't have any exterior screws. These panes of glass will come out. We can pull this off of here and start getting this glass out of here. Let me see that. May need a 5-in-1. See, this stuff breaks real easy. Kind of a big tool for this. But this is a plastic glazing. If you will, go find a 5-in-1. This is how we're going. Glass out. Alright, tool's a little too big, but that'd be alright. I'm gonna go inside and push on this and see if it will come out. I broke it, but that's okay. Next time I'll wait on my assistant. Can't find one. Can't find one. Now we have implements of destruction. Come on. I don't need that, but anyway.
You broke something already?
Yeah, I pushed on it from the inside and broke it. So what we're gonna do, I pushed on it. I should have. Now, this is kind of a better way, I guess, to break this out. Yeah, probably need to have eye protection and gloves on. These aren't safety videos. These are just how we're doing something. And I guarantee you there's somebody watching that will say, oh, there was a better way to do it. Okay, you come catch this glass for me.
Nope.
Good. Got it. They drop these in, so because we've got concrete out here, I don't mind dropping this stuff out here. Go ahead and take these 5-in-1, if you will. Careful when we go to start pushing them out. Now that I've removed all of this stuff. They used to do windows, they use a glazing, and I went and bid a job, or I'm working a bid on a job for one that has the old-fashioned glazing all the way around the glass. It was before they made this stuff. And you had to actually take a compound called glazing and you fill in around the windows, hold them in place, and then they just need this stuff. And if you get it, Nick, you can get a spot where it's loose enough, you can probably pull it out without breaking all of it. Doesn't matter either way.
Some of them I have, some of them I have.
Yeah, okay, so you're already seeing it. Cool. Some of this we may speed this up and make it a hey, I got a loose glass. There, a full one came out.
Where you want to put it?
Just lay it somewhere, stand it up somewhere. I'm not really worried about them. If I can get them out. All right. I really should have gloves on.
You not done that?
Huh?
You not done that?
you have glasses on, so you're a little protected. Alright. How much more good stuff is that? There's another piece of glass. You want to drop that one? Because it's broken on the corner, so. Something satisfying about breaking glass.
Okay.
Alright. Would you like the fun of coming in here and knocking these out? Because since we've got, if I was working over the yard out there, I'd have some plastic or something down to pick it up. We're going to be sweeping all of this. As long as you don't break them out so hard that they land out in the grass out there. And it's just, I don't want somebody coming behind us once they move in and walking out there and cutting themselves on glass that I broke out.
I will want to break all this white stuff.
Okay.
Whatever this is.
See, like this one, I was able to get this one loose. There's that piece of glass that's not broke. Let me stack them in here. You got two of them right now, don't you? Got a broken corner, you gonna save what you can or break it? You can go ahead and keep that. No? That's all the glass.
One more piece.
Oh, I see it now. It's glass. Couldn't see it. Alright, now that's the glass. We're not going to be saving these blinds, so that can come out. Alright, now. Top 'em.
Keep it. I got it.
That'll actually come apart. Are there any screws holding this part in place? No?
Kick it.
Well,
Yeah.
it'd probably go out that way better, but
Well, that's
it's awful high to kick that. It's on video. Hey, I'll watch
I'm
it.
not doing it.
If not, grab the hammer. I mean, probably work better knocking it, yeah, out. go. Because they screwed them from the outside, so there were screws in it.
Yeah.
Now, do you know where my bigger hammer is? Can you go find it for me? I'll clean this little bit of junk up. And they may know in the back where it's at. Yeah, and I'm gonna wish I had worn gloves. So if you do this, you should wear gloves. Yeah, the real problem with these is those fins are screwed in. Oh, not screwed in. I'm so used to saying screws because we screw a lot. They're nailed in. Okay. I'm going to go get some gloves. Okay. She grab the camera and show them what I'm doing right here. Right here. And turn the screen on where you can see it.
Yep.
Now this one doesn't seem to have a bunch of nails in it. Let's see, should I have taken the bottom piece or the top piece out first? I don't really have any. Lots of trash in my eyes. But there's a fin that goes back here. And I'm not seeing any nails. I don't know, can you see that screw right there? Yeah. That screw was holding this bar across here because they're put together from, you know, at the factory. And probably gonna need to try to get this up. What I don't want to do is tear my brick up. Now in this house, we're doing something to the brick, more than washing it or something. So, but you wouldn't want to tear your brick up. Generally, if you put something behind it, even something thin like that, I'm watching my brick to make sure I'm not moving any of it. And I think I just saw it move. Yeah. But this is that fin that I was talking about that's under it. I wonder if we need to get a sawzall and cut this metal first. Show them what I'm doing right here, so that I don't mark this window seat up. Now, of course, yeah, this one's fine. We're not going to change this one out, but I'm putting a fulcrum behind it so that I don't tear up scar up the wood real bad. Let's see. Maybe we do need to cut this. I think if I cut it. All right. They may not. It's acting well. There's a nail right there, a little small trim-headed nail. So somebody did us a favor.
Yeah, it's coming right out.
Yep. So I need to pin this up some more. Probably a screw right there in that corner.
There was.
See? All right. stack a little better. Dusty. Okay, let's see. There's a screw right there and a screw right there. Now they held it together. And they just generally kind of just break off. So, since we're recycling all of this, that's all aluminum. You don't have to clean the caulk off of it. But on this particular piece, we'll have to take a screw gun and remove this part, and you just get more pennies per pound if it's clean metal. I'll throw that inside. That's a big old spring, and there's a little piece of plastic right there. I think I got a number 1 screw tip in there. Probably. Technically, this screw needs to get out. There we go. All right, now that, as far as the recycler is concerned, is considered clean aluminum. It doesn't have any other metal on it, no contaminants. Let's see, we got one more side to get out. Put something behind it just to help keep from tearing up brick or the wood. Yeah, I do it because of the wood. Look, you can see this nail right here is correct. See, they had it nailed into that back there, but we couldn't get to those nails. It doesn't look like they over nailed this one. Of course, we'll clean this up too, since I'm doing it right this minute. I say that, it does help to go ahead and have that done. All right, now we've got this kind of cleaned up. We got the window out. We need to kind of clean this up. Let's see, 5-in-1 right here. That is a well-abused 5-in-1 right there. And like this isn't probably technically a 5-in-1. This is for cleaning a roller. You get the extra paint off of it. That's considered a screwdriver. You can turn something flat. That's kind of a point for gouging. And then you've got the blade across the front. I generically call them all 5-in-1s. They make 3-in-1s and 7-in-1s.
11-in-1s.
Yeah, 11-in-1s. And then you just clean up. You want to clean up your caulk? We're going to, the new window that we put in will not have the flange on it. It's a remodel flange, no flange. So basically what we wind up doing is caulking or gluing this thing in place. We get it set, and of course I don't have the glue caulk with me. I broke a little brick right there. That's the kind of stuff you want to watch. So you want to clean this up going back. I can get a little OCD about this kind of stuff. I want to get it all off of there. We're going to wind up putting more on there. I just think it's better. It doesn't stick. You notice I'm chipping away from me. That way I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this brick and risking knocking these out. And if they do break, like this one broke, that's going to be behind. I think this little piece broke off right there. It did. When I put the new window in, that'll cover that up. You won't see that, or you shouldn't see that. And if you do, caulk will cover it. You know, that's a big joke for trim carpenters and not necessarily framers, but that, you know, the painter will fix it. Just caulk it. That'll fix it, you know. And that's true. You've got some of that, but you don't necessarily want to rely on that all the time. This house it's got 1, to, I think, 3 window sizes. And then a 4th one is a double. So the windows on the front are one size, and then the side and back is another size. I don't know if that mortar is going to be in my way. I don't know if it'll help me or hurt me. I measured these windows to fit in. The hardest part about measuring windows, especially in a remodel job, is things settle, things move, and they're not always in the square, so you have to have a little bit of room. You want them tight enough, but you know, in the end, you are going to be gluing them or caulking them. And sometimes some of these windows, you may be able to put a screw. You open the window, you may be able to put a screw, but these are vinyl clad, no paint windows. So I really don't want a bunch of exposed, nasty screws. I don't know that I'm gonna pull all this mortar out yet. I'm gonna get the window up here and see if it fits without. But I mean, that stuff's just, so maybe I am gonna knock it out.
I would.
Yeah, I see how I got a big old chunk of mortar that came out. That's not ideal, but it's got all that caulk on it. Again, on this particular job, it's not as big a deal because we are gonna paint these brick. So repairs to the brick, it won't matter, you won't see them. If you're not painting your brick and you're doing repairs, there's almost there's no guarantee the mortar's gonna be the exact same color. It's a mixture, and if a different plant made it up or different batch, it's like wallpaper has dye lots. Now, I'm not saying this has a dye lot, but it's the same principle. Getting dust in my eyes. Let's see. Uh-oh. I got some loose brick. Sweet. I need to be hammering down because I'm making a mistake by hammering up. Of course, I've got wood up there, so I can't hammer down on it. But by pushing up on it, I'm moving the brick. So I'll need to get up there where I can reach that and not move that brick around a lot. Yeah, that's out of the way. I don't need to worry about that. That's not out of the way. Okay. And one other thing I do, this is a cased window. So I like to clean this caulk up. We're gonna re-caulk the other window in, and it just to me looks better to clean it up. We'll get that knocked off of there. You can clean up both edges. You can use the side of it if you want. All right, let's switch sides. I'll show you down here. I'll clean this edge up, get this off of there. And I could take the time to sweep all that, but you know, it's just more time. I see that I gotta get it off of there. You just want to get it straightened up. Looks like we got some paint peeling right here. You don't want to dig in your wood. You want to try to keep it flush here so that you're just basically squaring it up. Or you can do something like this. Better. All right. And I am right-handed, but I have learned to be ambidextrous. Let's get this thing off of here. Some kind of alarm system at one point. We won't be putting that back. Don't have nearly the strength in my, now, see, I was using my left hand and it's a little harder and I gouged the wood right there. So what I'm gonna do is just peel that out and stop right there. And when we caulk it, we'll cover that up. Because I'm, again, left-handed, using it left-handed, I'm putting too much pressure right, and that's why I'm gouging it. So, and I guess I could go inside, but I'm a little too hard-headed to do that. Just keep working. Gouged it twice now. There you go. Yippee. That's all right. The caulk will cover it, clean it up. We need to get those off and that stuff off. That's my biggest, and because this tool has this metal end, that allows you to use a hammer on it. If they're all plastic, then you hit a hammer, you're going to shatter all this. But this one has, the metal goes all the way through this, or at least it should. This one may not, this may be one of the even cheaper ones, but anyway, it's got that for at least being able to use it some to handle against. Of course, with me talking in the video, some of this I'm gonna try to, if I can figure out the editing. That's my challenge, being a YouTuber, wanting to be a YouTuber, is that my editing is not that, I don't know how to edit. I don't have a computer, a laptop. I have a tablet and a smartphone, and I've been trying to edit on the smartphone. I don't like the app that I downloaded, so I don't have an app yet that I'm comfortable with. And then being 51 years old, I'm at a point in my eyesight that I can't read without eyeglasses. I think I'm at like a 175, so about mid-range. It's been about 10 years now I've noticed my eyesight when I'm having to get stuff to read. And it just makes it harder, especially that little phone, that little screen, for me to edit. But if y'all kind of bear with me and my editing, I will get better. What I was going to say as far as talking goes is something like this would be great for time lapse. At least I think it would be. My talking may have to learn when to and when not to. And I'm not trying to get every bit of this off, because we are going to paint this and put in, and I really don't know where the other window, how far out it's going to be yet. It may be covering all this. I may have wasted my time doing this. This is where I got to be careful, because I don't want to get a bunch of brick loose. And my hammer's just gigantically big. This is a framer's heavy hammer, but my other hammer's help has right now, and that's my drywall axe. My old Hey, I do have a lighter hammer. Check it out. I'm almost done, and I get the lighter hammer. That's intelligent. All right. Okay, I need something to stand on. Either my little, okay, use the ladder. These needed a number 1 anyway. They have 3 sizes of Phillips screwdriver tips. This is a number 1, and it's smaller because it's kind of eat up. A number 2 will be a little bigger. Most things are number 2. Something like this, small head. That's not coming out. I'm just grinding that head. I just got to get it back far enough that caulk covers it. There we go. Sometimes I'm gonna use the tool that's available, and there'd be a better way or a better tool, but I don't have it. I don't want to go get it. And I just go ahead and handle it with what I have. Yeah. Fortunately, these little bits are cheap. Well, inexpensive. And they're kind of cheap too. Looks like. There we go. Again, try to keep your putty knife flat with your wood so you don't gouge it like I was doing, because you can easily.
Low battery.
Low battery. All right, I'll finish scraping this, and we'll change batteries, and be back with you in a minute. I'll go find the window that's going to go in here, and we'll see. So, go ahead. Okay. While we were getting battery, I finished cleaning this up and get all kind of my trash out of the way. Come over here for a second. Let me show you something. This, and I'm not really sure exactly what it's called, but this header right here piece is real loose. And what I'm gonna do is, and because I can kind of eyeball and tell distance, I'm gonna put a screw, and what I'm using are trim screws. They have no head to them. They got a little, I think this is a 20 star head. Love these. They don't strip out nearly as easy as a Phillips does. And snug that in, tighten that up. Gravity is this project friend. Once we, and we'll putty over these screw heads. I just want to keep this board. Let's see, I need the screw right there. The caulk will cover all what we need to do. And that's tight enough because this will sit on the window. And I've got those 3 screws across there, so that will hold that in place. All right. If you will, walk with me over here. I'll show you guys something. Let's go this way. These over here are our windows. I believe we have 8 units. It's a pretty simple one. These are all the same. They're all the same size, they're the same width. There's some different heights. This is going to be our bathroom window, so we'll set this out of the way. These are our side and back windows. And then these 2 taller ones are our front windows. And then if you'll step around, you'll see this is a double unit back here. We have a room that has it's a side, all of the 3 bedrooms, part of the original house, each had 2 windows in them. The front bedroom had one of these on one wall and one on the other. These are both for the living room, what we're working on now. These 2 are for, well, either one of these 2 are for back room. But we got a middle bedroom that only has 1 exterior wall, and it's going to have this double unit. And it's actually 2 of these, the same size as these, but in this case we had them ordered, so they're all 1 unit. So I will move these over.
Rubber band.
Cool! Rubber band! Ooh, we have big rubber bands.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I love me some big rubber bands. Watch out, that one's gonna do the same thing if you're not careful.
35 3/8. There's a note on that one. 35 3/8. Okay. Just making sure.
Watch that top rubber band.
Watch that top rubber band.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Let's see. We'll take this one over. I'm not real fond of the fact that it's still got the screen in. I don't want to tear the screen up. Now, for the purpose of this video, I do not have all of my caulk. I wanted to get this one posted. Something. Moment of truth, see if the window goes in. Take this off.
Give me the rubber band.
I'm gonna give you the rubber band, all right. Oh, y'all should have seen that face. He just knew I was finna pop him with it. Okay. Now, we have to, it probably would help if I had a second person, but I think I can do this by myself. All right. So we will wind up putting a piece of trim because I wanted to make sure we had plenty of room and not any issues. I'll probably have to add a little piece of trim up here, which is fine. I'm gonna go inside and look and see and make sure that it's yeah. Actually, I think we're gonna wind up having to put something under it to raise it up. Last thing we'll do is tear a hole in the screen. I am going to probably end this video here and get some backer rod before I glue these windows in place. I will set up a separate video just for when we caulk these windows in place. But for the purpose of this video, I have to tear out an aluminum window and get it prepped. Oh, and something, as you see, all the cleaning that I did of the old caulk, I won't have to do that on the rest because I see that the old caulk is behind that. Come in here with me, I'll show you on the inside. No risk of that falling. I'll take some shims because I've got a little space down here, a little space up there. I'm probably, for the other windows, I'm gonna do another window seat. So this one I'll have to probably put a window seat in so we don't have that big gap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. But as you can see, when we get done, we'll shift it around and make it as square as we can all the way around it. And if we've got something to nail to or screw to, that's what I need to look at. Okay, I've got a piece of wood in there. We're probably going to run some screws in that. Some of those, yeah, that's how I'm going to do that. I'll run some trim head screws, some headless trim screws into that wood. Let me see if that's going to work. These may not be long enough. Let's try that and see what it is. This is where having gloves on is hard to do stuff. All right, my wood is right there. Nylon, there's a string, raises the windows up and down, and I don't want to pinch it. Nope, not long enough. All right, I'll have to get some longer strips. Okay, that's how to remove the window. My next video will show how to install this. Again, thank you for watching the Handy Hippie Crew. Like, comment, share. Hippie out.